Hello Scorpios and welcome to Deku Tarot. I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot reading for March 25th through the 31st of 2019. Alrighty guys, so I'm trying to decide still if I wanted to continue with weeklies or start doing first and second half of the month which is basically bi-weekly. So let me know in the comments below which ones you guys like better, okay? Alrighty, we're going to look at what's coming in for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus this week. This cannot and will not resonate with every single one of you. If you guys haven't, please do make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that little wiggly bell and it'll notify you when I put up any of my videos or when I'm doing a live question and answer reading. Okay, guys? I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support. And let's get right into this, okay? So this week, we actually have Venus going into Pisces. God, Mercury retrograde is killing me, guys. Venus is going into Pisces on Tuesday, March 26th, which is in your 5th house of passion. So it'll be there until April 20th, so it's a really nice time for love for you guys and, you know, flirting and really just reviving the romance in your life, okay? And then on Thursday, we have Mercury retrograde ending, finally. We will still have the Mercury retrograde shadow period after that, so don't expect everything to just suddenly one day be like, all right, now we can all communicate and everything's fine. But we're finally coming out of this 3-week-long headache that has been Mercury retrograde and is finally going direct on Thursday, the 28th. So that's what's happening astrologically this week. All right, let's see what's coming in this week for you guys, though. I'm using my Gustav Klimt deck here. Will be coming in their general lives, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. General lives. And remember to check out the readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They might resonate better or have very important messages for you as well. We are not just our sun sign. All right, first we get the Chariot. Ooh! I like that. That really just feels like you guys are suddenly just pushing forward. You're having opportunities come in that you guys are just taking advantage of and really feels like considering taking the lead on going on a new path here, especially in terms of career. Again, this is career in general. Then we'll look at love in the second half, okay? 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Swords reversed. Interesting. Actually, 4 of Swords, upright and reversed, has been quite the theme this week. I know it came up for Aries. I think it came up for Taurus as well as Gemini, I believe, too. So check out their readings, too. What else is coming in? What will be happening this week in general life and career? Interesting. Whoa, guys, 9 of Cups. Okay, that's amazing. I'm going to leave it there because we have the wish card here with some type of wish coming true or something that you've really, really wanted could be coming into fruition this week, honestly, in terms of work and general life. So, really good week for you guys. I really like this one so far. All right, the Chariot feels really just forward-moving momentum right now for you guys. The Chariot. Clarify the Chariot for my Scorpios this week. Any clarifications for the energy or what the Chariot is bringing up for them March 25th through the 31st? What are we getting here? I feel like some of us are caught between 2 paths or some decisions here. Yeah, justice. We're weighing our options. Or you know what? I want to say, this makes me feel like something came out during the Libra full moon. And we're trying to figure out, you know, something. I feel like something came out here. Something that needed to be talked about. Ooh, Temperance. Yeah, there's a lot of cards underneath of this. Both of these talk about balance to me. Balancing us out in terms of emotions, in terms of what we need to learn from our past mistakes or past situations in order to move forward. Is Temperance here, you know, it's my alchemical card of going within and, you know, adding this here, removing some stuff there so that we can get to that perfect balance, you know, in terms of work and play. I think that has a lot to do with that. But also, if you've been laxing on work or, you know, things have been a little bit slow in Mercury retrograde, things have been kind of blocked, difficult, honestly. For a lot of people lately, it feels like we're rebalancing from that. You know, this is in the very center of your reading here. And then Justice is right before it. So again, I think that something probably came out during that Libra full moon. We're seeking some balance on here. And the 7 of Pentacles is kind of, to me, especially in this deck, is kind of a pausing to look at what we've created, how far we've come, to appreciate where we are, and also to kind of take stock so that as we move forward, we can make some great decisions. Again, this is about work to me. So this talks about our job situation, money, work. I'm just going to get another clarifier for here because there's a lot of balancing going on here. And this feels just like such a strong, solid energy here. I want to look at it a little bit more. Clarify justice, temperance, Seven of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Yeah, and it almost came out on its side. So again, I feel like we're trying to find our way forward. What does success mean to us is a question that's kind of popping into my head here. What is success to you, Scorpio? You have to determine what success is to you, honestly, this week. Or it kind of feels like we're redefining what that is for us. What triumph, what, moving forward, what direction we're really going forward and what feels best to us. So again, it could feel like we're caught between two paths. There is a duality between Justice and the Chariot there. There always is kind of two sides to me. There's usually two horses on the Chariot, even though in this deck it does feel like, we've overcome the whole trying to ride two horses with one ass thing here, and we've kind of betted on one horse or, taken them both and moved it towards one direction. It does feel a lot more triumphant here. So I do think that most of you have either come out of that decision or you're in the process of really defining which direction you're going in here in terms of success, in terms of where you're taking what you've built so far. So again, this is for, I feel like a lot of freelancers, a lot of people who kind of work for themselves are looking to take their career in new directions, new positive directions, different types of successes maybe than they originally thought, maybe even a few years ago. I think that some of you are redefining what this is to you and where you really want to go now. Interesting. Clarify the Four of Swords reversed. To me, that's a lot of impatient energy, needing to rest. Make sure, Scorpios, you are getting the rest that you need this week. You guys could be just so energetically like, woo! Like, there's an energetic, like, woof to this week, honestly, as Venus moves into Pisces on Tuesday, and then Mercury retrograde ends on Thursday. It just feels like there's a lot of blockages and veils being lifted, so that we can finally, it's almost like, when you're kind of going to a parking garage, you're paying your toll, you have to stop and then you have to wait for the gate to go up and you're like, all right, I'm going, I want to go through this. But it just feels like gate after gate is lifting now and we're starting to be able to progress forward here. And we're getting a little bit excited with the Four of Swords, so make sure you're resting. Make sure you're getting you're eating right, you're getting rest, you're not being too impatient and letting the stress and anxiety of pushing forward and all this energy kind of wear you out. Clarify Four of Swords reversed here. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's the Hierophant reversed. So yeah, there is this desire to not listen to what's telling you to take things slow. Listen to your body, your higher self, any types of messages that you get, honestly, in terms of, I just think on a physical level mostly. I think, yes, there could be things coming in from your higher self, but to me this is really, your physicality, your physical body is saying, give me a break, and you guys kind of need to heed that. And also take this slower. There is a need to progress in a more step-by-step way when the Hierophant comes up reverse, or in a more traditional sense here. It's like we're trying to eschew the traditional to push forward into our dreams here, because we're getting so excited, but we do need to, this is, with both of these reversed, you guys do need to relax, rest. Make sure you're not pushing forward too much too fast. All right, Nine of Cups. Clarify the Nine of Cups. My Scorpio Sun and Rising this week. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. It does feel like we're building new foundations for our dreams here. We are we're like, this is what I want. And it doesn't feel that far off. It feels like either you're getting an opportunity to build upon this and to really create this in a very in a really real way. Like bringing this into reality, manifesting this in a very real sense. Maybe even with a couple other backers or a couple of people that are interested in, funding your idea or your company or whatever this is here. They're supporting you, offering you something, giving you a new foundation to build upon so that you can literally build your dreams here. I mean, this is the foundation of your dreams, if you look at both of these cards like this. Three of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. Oh, one more here. Wow, Eight of Cups. Yeah, it does feel like we're leaving something behind here in order to move on to building a new foundation, to build our, a new foundation for our dreams to really be built upon. to be able to actually be created, manifested. It's like you're moving on towards something better and you're leaving the past behind here. This is a really amazing week for you guys. I just feel like, wow, like you guys have just like shed some skin here and you are really leaving whatever, you know, was holding you back in the past behind. You were really excited to push forward into this. We're really moving on up this week, honestly, Scorpios. To me, the Eight of Cups is also kind of emotional and spiritual growth, where we're leaving negative patterns, thinking, anything that was blocking us or, you know, stopping us from really being our absolute best selves behind. We're leaving things behind. You know, the Eight of Cups is satisfying and it's okay, but we know that there's problems. And, you know, the Eight of Cups is not the Ten of Cups. We want the Ten of Cups. Eight of Cups, what we want is the Ten of Cups, but the Nine of Cups is, you know, manifesting those dreams. It's, what is my dream? What is my wish? And it's more of a personal card to you. It's you. Just one person. The Ten of Cups usually has, or at least in this deck, it's a bunch of women together. So to me, this is, what is your personal, like, sad, you know, what is your personal, God, Mercury retrograde is killing me. What is your personal goal, your personal dream? What would make you personally satisfied internally with just yourself? Not so much a family, a lover, or anything else like that. What is your dream? What makes you happy? Where do you see yourself at your happiest and your most successful, you know, whatever this is for you, this Nine of Cups. You can achieve that happiness, that success, that, what is it? It's like, it's almost, I know this is not the word I'm looking for, but like personal celebration. God, this retrograde is like killing my words, but sorry guys. But anyways, this is really, you guys are moving on towards that. You're leaving the past behind and you're moving on towards something even more satisfying, even more just fulfilling. You guys are finding, that's the word, it's fulfilling. You want to be self-fulfilled this week and you're going to decide what that is for you and move towards it. You're doing the necessary balancing, but don't rush through it. Make sure you rest, take some time to meditate, relax, sleep, eat good food, and just take time out for yourself. This is a really big transitional week for you. Wow, and it's beautiful. Honestly, this might be my favorite reading of the week. All right, let's go to love here, Scorpios. I can't even believe how beautiful that was. Guys, make sure to check out your monthlies when we get those out, as well as the Uranus and Taurus reading. A lot of really big messages there. And that Libra full moon, honestly, that's the last supermoon of the year, and then we have another Libra full moon in a month, honestly, in April. So do check out that reading. I think the Libra full moon was quite a big full moon for a lot of people. Let's look at love for you now. Love, love, love. All right. My Hobbit deck here. Alrighty, Scorpios, for love and romance. For my singles, my couples, what will be coming in or happening March 25th to the 31st in terms of love. Ooh, Six of Swords, interesting. Death, what the heck, guys? Whoa, this is you guys are having a real transformation in the love department. I really feel like Venus goes into Pisces and it really just rocks your world in terms of love. It really changes things. Yeah, Knight of Wands. What else is coming in, happening for Scorpios in terms of love here? Knight of Swords. All right. I feel like there's one more, honestly, so I'm going to pull it out. In terms of love. Hey, man. He really wanted to come out. I'm not going to ignore that. Okay. Let's see. This is interesting. I'm going to get some clarifiers here. The Six of Swords and Death, I do feel like we're leaving the negative in the past. Again, with that Eight of Cups in your, even just in your general life and career, I just feel like we're, with Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, there's, to me, those are moving on cards. Those are even physically moving cards. We're thinking even about physically moving right now. And some of us could even be deciding, you know, where we want to go next. Like if we've been planning a move or anything like that, or moving in with a partner, transforming a relationship here, it does feel like these are big themes this week of moving. Moving on up in terms of physicality, in terms of just leaving the past behind. Again, there's a lot of, like I was saying at the very beginning of the reading, there's a momentum forward for you guys this week. A lot of momentum. Like swinging forward like a pendulum. Alright, Six of Swords and the Death card here. Clarify the energy, messages of Six of Swords and Death. Four of Wands. Wow. Yeah, you guys are leaving the past behind and getting to a really amazing place. So if you've had trouble communicating or had some issues in terms of defining what your future is, you know, what if you have a future together or not with your partner, or even just, yeah, this is more of a coupled one, this is what I'm thinking about right now, but it feels like we're leaving the past behind, we're going through a transformation here, and we're getting to a better spot, and we might even be, again, talking about where we both see the future heading. We might be realizing it's headed towards the same place here. We're thinking about, sometimes the Four of Wands is weddings. I am getting that too with Death and the Four of Wands. That's very transformational for relationships. Getting married. So if you guys are getting married this week, you're getting married. That's awesome. And you could be taking some time out and maybe traveling, going on your honeymoon and stuff. So that's kind of a message that I'm getting for maybe, even if it's just one Scorpio out there, I feel like someone's having a really wonderful week and might be getting married. Then traveling. And we're transforming again our relationship. We're bringing more passion, more communication in. This to me is like Mercury going direct Thursday, and we're like, let's talk. Let's communicate finally. Let's really just finally be able to be on the same page. Clarify death. I just feel, even for singles, you guys are moving on towards better futures. You're getting to a point where you get to let your hair down, relax. Like, you're making the transformations for a better future, for what you want in terms of love. You're making those adjustments, those changes to, like, who do I want to be with? What kind of life do I want in terms of love? We could even be meeting our twin flame. Sometimes the Four of Wands is a twin flame energy. We're moving on from the past, and as we've learned, you know, what we needed to from any types of negative or painful past situations, we're going through that transformation in order to get to that Four of Wands. Wow, you guys have really powerful energy this week. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Yeah, you guys are leaving. There's an ending here. There is an ending. Ten of Swords is an ending. I don't hate the Ten of Swords, though, as you guys usually know. Is yes, it's painful and it's dark and it's difficult, but we're talking about these futures. So for some of us, it is having a difficult conversation. Some of us with, you know, Death and the Ten of Swords, I'm not going to say that, you know, it's not a breakup, but it could be. It doesn't really feel that way to me. I mean, if some of you guys are going through breakups, you're going through breakups, and it's to push you forward onto a better path. You're going through one of your Scorpio transformations to leave a negative past behind this week. I mean, the Death card shows up in your reading. That's you. And the Death card is all about transformational energy. You know, it's getting through a very negative spot to, you know, that better future. And I mean, you guys are not afraid of the shadows, the dark. I was just talking about this, I think, in a private reading, actually, about how Scorpios don't fear that kind of stuff. You embrace it and you become it and you allow it to transform you. You know, it's a clearing away of any type of negative condition to make way for a more positive cycle. And that's really what the Ten of Swords and the Death card is about. Because now we know what that positive future that we want is. We know what our vision is for love in the future. You guys are really on your Phoenix game this week, huh? Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Clarify the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. My Scorpios in terms of love. Seven of Swords. Yeah, there's a revealing of, I think, in communication, we're revealing things that maybe we didn't understand before. And this to me feels like if there was confusion when with someone you're dating or interested in, or like, you know, maybe if you were ghosted and you didn't understand why this person wasn't getting back to you, or even just in relationships, communication issues, or if you didn't really know what was going on with your partner or even yourself, it does feel like we're able to communicate and talk about these things this week. There's a lot of ease in communication. The Knights are always really great about communication, in my opinion. They always talk about swift momentum forward. You know, they're not really there for staying, but I also again see them as communication and like flow of energy there. And Knight of Wands to me is, you know, kind of about communication, creativity, passion, moving forward in those senses, mental energy, and clear communication, clear thinking, seeing. It just feels that, you know, we're be able to communicate. And again, if you've been waiting for communication from anyone, it does feel like it's coming in this week. Finally, you're understanding something, or something's coming out of the woodwork here. You know, you're like, I was wondering what's going on with that, or like, I didn't know this was happening, and now this person's communicating this to me. What? Someone could be communicating something that they were holding within, and it's putting you in this hangman position towards the end of the week. All right, Knight of Swords, the Hangman. Nine of Wands. Clarify the Hangman again. There's one more. Eight of Cups. Yeah, I think some of us here, yeah, there's a lot of movement. Some of us might be moving on this week. We might be ending relationships, moving on. Or we are going within and learning something in order to move on towards the Ten of Cups. Maybe, again, the Eight of Cups is comfortable, it's satisfying, but is it the Ten of Cups? No. You have to go for the Ten of Cups. And, you know, the Nine of Wands, it's strength, perseverance, but it's also where do your boundaries lie and how are we protecting them? Is it too much? Are we, you know, putting up all this energy to keep people out when we should be, you know, letting people in? You know, we need to achieve this balance between our vulnerability and strength in order to push forward. Because we can be strong and we can keep people out. And you guys are always, I know that there's like a lot of funny memes and stuff from like Astro Twitter about, you know, when you get to know like a Scorpio or a Scorpio moon and it's like they're just like cracking things and getting deeper and deeper like, you know, a Russian doll. You guys have layers. I mean, I always talk about it like you guys are like Shrek. You're an onion. You guys have layers. You get deep, but if you're constantly guarding those depths, then you're never going to let anybody in. You have to communicate what's below the surface, and as you leave this negative past behind, as you close out this negative cycle, you know, in order for to, you know, achieve a more positive one and to move forward here, we're releasing some, I think, negative patterns in communication. We're releasing some truths here that are coming up to kind of propel us forward, but also to bring up, you know, achieving that balance between strength and vulnerability. You don't have to be so strong that you never open yourself up to people, that you don't talk about things. If you find that you've been holding things back, you know, we need to communicate here. You, I think, are becoming more aware that this is an issue this week and you need to move on past it. The Hangman, the Eight of Cups, says to go within and to release those emotions. That's kind of the message I get there. Some of you could be moving on, but to me this talks more about on an emotional level here of moving on. An emotional level of release and letting go so that we may push forward into the future here. Yeah. I love the Eight of Cups in this deck, honestly. You know, it just feels like we're looking for something on, like, more, not even like commitment, but like something deeper. We're looking for something on a deeper level. We're looking for something, because something has not been right here. It feels like if something hasn't been right, something's been built up, like, you know, it's just not quite right, though. So we're releasing the negativity from the past and really walking away from it. We're, you know, turning away, we're striking out in a new direction. And even though it's, you know, not clear where we're going, it does feel like we're going forward in the right direction. So again, if some of us here, excuse me, are leaving a relationship or someone we've been seeing behind here, it does feel like, you know, we're growing. And it's because we have come to some conclusions. We've ended a cycle here and we're becoming something more. And we want that Ten of Cups. And we're no longer going to settle for the Eight of Cups. But also, again, I think that can also mean that we're releasing a lot of emotional traumas and situations that held us back from really communicating and getting to know and getting into relationships on a deeper level. Because if you want the Ten of Cups, you have to determine what the Nine of Wands here and the Seven of Swords is holding back. What you hold back in terms of love. That's a big theme this week. But again, this is a beautiful release, and I'm still not going to say this isn't a beautiful reading, because this is a really beautiful reading of growth and release and just pure Scorpio energy. You guys are just suddenly like flowing forward. It's like someone just like lifted the dam and you guys are just flowing forward now. All right, let's see. One for couples. My Doreen Virtue Angel card for couples. Message from Goddesses and Angels of Love. Forgiving and learning. Let's look at couples here. It's for singles. So as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. Release and heal from the past. Again, guys, this really is like a huge message for you guys this week, is to release the past. Release who you were then. Release how you treated love. Release, forgive, move forward. As we release and heal, again, we can experience more love. You will see love open up in your life. And couples, we get calling in your soulmate. Beautiful. Okay. So, forgiving and learning. I just want to read this a little bit because I do think that this is a really important message for you. And it is a really beautiful message. Your heart can give and receive bliss of romance by clearing away the cobwebs of the past. The angels know that you've been hurt before and that you're wary of being hurt again. Yet your defenses are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. So, as you heal your past, you won't keep recreating it. After all, you attract into life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you've already experienced, because that is a primary tool of healing. To change to a healthier relationship pattern, it's necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding. This includes forgiving yourself. If you call upon the angels and ask them to help you release and heal your past, they'll clear away the heaviness so that your heart can soar with happiness. All right, and then calling your soulmate is a really beautiful message as well. You know, we all have soulmates with whom we have shared time in heaven and in others' lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. We've made many such agreements with various people who are all our soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you want somebody who's funny, you have to develop that within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. Alright, so those are some really lovely messages. Let's get one card of guidance in general for the week for your general message of guidance and advice from Spirit here with my Stacey DeMarco Halloween Oracle. So let's see. Advice and guidance for my Scorpios and their higher selves from Spirit this week. Ooh, graveyard. Unnecessary fear. Love it. Okay. So, pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem, and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct next steps and that you'll act upon them. All right, Scorpios. So, I hope this was a helpful message for you guys this week. Let me know in the comments if you want weeklies or, you know, beginning in mid-monthlies. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in my description box. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful, blessed week.